is this thing here. Again, you saw this on the microphone. We've got a big piece in here. So,
I'm 3 years old and I'm headed home from class. You guys won't get that. And the people who will probably won't watch it. So I was talking to Austin and Eric. Maybe I'll have thrown up their videos there, maybe I won't. I forget how it originally started. We're kind of talking about a person who's younger. And so one of us is like, oh, I'm 12 years old. And then we were like, why are you using that accent for it? Then we're like, what if that was just what one person says? Like they're always just saying what their age is before they say anything. Hey, I'm 3 years old. Can I have my bottle? But they always have the same gritty voice. We named, I think it was like Jim Danny and Danny Jim. And Jim Danny is the one who goes, hey, I'm 10 years old. I'm going through puberty. Danny Jim, he has a softer voice and he doesn't say his age until after. I'm coming up to a stoplight. I'm 10. He always waits longer before he says his age. Oh boy, it's cold out. I'm 13. We've decided these characters have their own sitcom where they're both musicians. It's amazing. Jim, it's like he's younger, so he's just like, yo, I'm 2. And he always says, yo. Danny, he's older, he's like, I'm going to the park. I'm 70. Come on, it's genius. That's kind of the only interesting thing that happened to me today. First class, we went through and watched all of our IPs, which was cool because we got to see their potential. But the cooler part was seeing parts where they were flawed, because no one has worked on sound yet. It makes you really realize how much the sound mix truly adds to it to make it good. My next class, it was an interesting class. We went over like the sound spectrum. So for example, the human voice talks at a certain frequency that like a knock on a door is going to be different from, to what a screeching sound of like scratching is going to be different from. So based on the spectrum of low to high sounds, you can kind of like select certain sounds and like lower them or adapt them, which is real cool. Tim, after watching some of my videos, he's like, I kind of liked how in your original videos you were like vulnerable and like new at it, and so you're like opening up about yourself and like being strange because you didn't know how to act. And I just want to say, well, sorry Tim, sorry that I'm more confident now. If I was to describe myself in one word, it would be sorry that I'm actually trying to make something. Sorry that I'm not opening. I'm sorry. I'm lashing out at you because it feels like you're attacking me for, you know, trying. Like I'm trying, you know, I'm trying to make something good, and I'm sorry if that doesn't fit something bad. Defense mechanisms, you know. I'm just putting up my guard. I'm not gonna open up, never. No, I'm gonna get deep. So I'm gonna open up. Okay, I'm gonna open up right now. The truth is that, see, here's the thing. I know I might, this is real hard, but I just want to say that. So I don't want to seem like I'm like adding, oops, ran out of space. Hey there, Tim and Sherry and Jared Hayes, who's the newest subscriber. What's going on? So here it's raining, so that's a delight. Today I'm going to be hanging out with my other peeps. It's kind of like a group get together. Like afterwards we'll probably be like, so what are you guys thinking? How do you want to do this? What are some things you'd change about our current idea? Things like that. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good time.
Because production or whatever it is that we do for a living, at the end of the day it's called engagement. And the best that you can engage from that first time you go and have that interview and the last time you reset, we say goodbye to everyone, that's the engagement. That's what I think is being really important, and a number of your colleagues who we've worked with already have that down. What I would really recommend for an internship, you need to figure out what it is that you were trying to get out of that.
Like, that reminds me of a dumb blood joke.
I know, and then she's just like, no! And then they arrive in the fantasy world, and this bitchy domination goddess character just sits there crying, like, for a full minute, as she realizes just the situation she's in. Being dragged to this fantasy world with this complete loser.
Guys, pepperoni, what else?
Pepperoni and pepperoni.
Black olive.
I ain't have no black olives.
What are you doing with your phone?
Wait, what do you
making
mean
a
when
vlog?
you said black?
She said black olives.
Better not be green olives.
As opposed to white olives.
It's like, guys, I'd like to have some black olives.
Can you black it up for me?
Why could they be white? Now let's say hi, everybody.
Is that Tim?
You sure? I don't know. I'm filming. That's all he says, really.
That doesn't look like devil.
Ignore the image. It's the devil's right there.
And now we're HDMI, and there's people, and we're watching movies.
Is this like a found footage film? Like the first 10 minutes before we all die?
This is me vlogging. I don't know if you've watched my vlogs, but thank you. We're going on to the second episode of saying previously on Orphan Vlog. It's dark in here, you can't see anything. Ah! A good episode, give it a solid rating. Man, I thought with people around I'd have more to vlog about, but I really don't.
When is Molly coming? Do you know when?
This is the end of the vlog.
We lost the other two.
They're gone. I should have done a better job of actually seeing them off on camera, but as we all know, I'm not good at this. So yeah, this is Eric. You've met him now.
Who's this for?
My friend Tim, he's in France. And
Just Tim?
Just Tim.
One audience?
One audience of one. Some other people watch them.
Does he want a nip slip?
Oh,
I don't think I can pull it down far
but
enough,
just a little higher because this is like TV PG. Go on. But yeah, I'm making these for my friend Tim.
And you're talking about him doing that in the video he's gonna watch.
Exactly. I've talked about it like 7 times, like just me explaining that to different people.
Right, eventually you're just gonna take a big selfie with the entire school year, like all 80 of us. You're just like, hey, so my friend Tim is with, he's gonna be watching this video with all you guys. Everyone say hi. And all like,
all right, see you around. Say that you love them. That's how I ended off.
Hi, man, I love you.
Today, we're going to be finding out which of our TV ideas are going through. I'm trying to prepare myself for disappointment. I might cry. It's funny because it's true. We're going to find out soon who's going through and who isn't. I wanted to update you on what happened, but before I get into that, I want to just talk about my first class. My first class being script writing. We got together in groups, and everyone was giving input, which is really cool. Like, that's my favorite part of like collaborating, when everyone is willing to add to it. When we originally came up with the idea, Eric pitched an idea, and I was like, oh my goodness, that actually works perfectly with an idea that I had. And so we mixed our ideas together, so it's kind of me and Eric running the show, but everyone else is adding like super valuable input. I didn't even think of bringing in the daughter. Okay, that doesn't make sense to you, but like there's different things I didn't even think of that like are perfect for the episode. So we're going to be getting together this Thursday again to finish watching, because we only got to watch 3 episodes last time. And then we're going to like finish up our idea, add in the fine points, and next week we're going to present it. Actually, we heard some pitches for the other episodes that other people had ideas for, and all of them sound awesome. Actually, you know what, before I go into this, there's another thing I want to tell you. I had to go to the washroom, okay? So, I went to the washroom. I go to the urinal, but the thing is, like, I'm peeing, which is what you do at the urinal. I don't know. So, I'm at the urinal peeing, and there's a guy beside me, and I realize that because I just walked up the steps, I'm breathing heavily. So, I'm just standing here at a urinal like, how creepy must I look? Who walks up to a urinal and just pees while breathing heavily? Anyways, the big event. Did mine go through? No, it didn't. Am I playing with you? No, it didn't go through. You know what? It's a weird, because it's a mixture of really disappointed and extremely relieved. After that, so when we were told about crew roles, all of them are essentially producer. Like there's different roles that are important, but there's like 3 producer roles. Even though my idea wasn't chosen, I was like, we have to be on another crew and take another role. One of the main ones that I really wanted to get through, he was one of the ones that definitely got through, and I really wanted to work on his crew. And I'm going to be the showrunner of it, which is really cool, because he didn't want to do that. I wanted to be the writer on it and continue, like, writing it to make sure it turns out well. I'm going to be a series producer, which is really cool, because the one thing I've always wanted to be is a showrunner, person who's in charge of, like, the entire process of the show and making sure that it all lines up and works out, which is awesome. But also, beyond that, the teacher kind of also volunteered me, I guess. Maybe it just comes with the role as series producer that you're working on the writing. But she was like, when Eric said that he was going to be the writer, she was like, oh yeah, you two can work on the writing and that'd be really good. And so we were like, Okay, so me and him are going to be the main writers on it. So that's just going to be awesome. So although mine wasn't chosen, I'm excited to work on this project because, as I said, like I've always wanted to be a writer, and then I wanted to be a director, and then when I learned what a showrunner was, I wanted to be a showrunner because I like the idea of being in charge of the creative vision. Cool working with Eric. Eric's genius. I think me and him have to work together a lot more often. Like, he's one of the, like, 7 people that when I get into the industry, I want to go into the industry with because of how creative I know they are and how well I think we'd work together.